wouldn't it be great to see the Nepali win on the biggest stage here in the Grand Finals and take the trophy? It could happen. It could be this year in 2022.
And I would have to agree with you on that. DRS, I mean, we're used to seeing them PMC, but this is actually their first PMGC Grand Finals.
PMGC
will they crumble
debut.
or will they rise up?
It's influence coming
That's a big
from
storyline.
Brazil.
Hopefully it'll be the case, but we've got some big contenders. We'll have to see how it goes. Be it that's for you here, Seven. Influence Kevin will look in so good, especially in their stage.
Yeah, the only team, especially out of Brazil, that was actually able to qualify to the Grand Finals from group stages. We have seen amazing potential at this team. I mean, what else can we say about them, right? They have such great quality players. Brazil, we're talking about Turkey. I'm going to talk about Brazil. Because there's just so many great players from Brazil. I can't wait to see what they're going to be doing, Max.
What was it? 3 out of 4 teams from Brazil all made it to the final. That's an insane success ratio, Seven. I understand why you love the region. They clearly showed up, but so far it's been Nova. It's been Nova again. They got themselves the win. Another region that can get it definitely is Brazil. And I mean, they've been looking so hard in the league stage. If they keep on going here, they could go the entire way.
I believe. I'm saving my Brazil pick, though. I think everybody will know which one it is.
Which one? I'm not too sure.
Just wait.
Turkey, it's STG Esports.
One of the most clutch qualifications in the Grand Finals. Crazy, been able to clutch versus LGD. In this game right now, you can see on your screens one singular player up against the entirety of LGD qualifies his team. That is by far my favorite game of PUBG Mobile ever since I started casting, and Razy is the one to make it happen.
Wow, and also you were telling me that you were a big fan of Kelsey. You just said his name.
He's amazing.
Yeah, you were saying he's one of the best players in Europe for you. And I was quite surprised by the statement, not because it's super far-fetched, but because I would have some different names up there in terms of Aussie international experience when we talk looking at HVP who didn't make it to the finals right now. So that statement surprised me, but then again, as you said, they are here. And they're looking to take it home.
Exactly. I think it's Silas that just gave so much experience to his team, and now Kelsey in particular, as you said, a player that I'm looking at here that can shine so brightly in these finals. We've got so many other teams here. I mean, we're hyping up every team. Just going to show how tough this competition is going to be for these next 3 days.
I'm getting flashbacks of when I got to do group
From
range during
Malaysia,
group stages, and that was group of death, and now this is like the ultimate group of death for everybody.
Yeah, it was like a fever dream group of death, I think, to some extent, but some of the other teams are just looking absolutely fantastic, and GeekFam so dominant in the league stage. Really, my expectations were like middling for this team, but the domination in the league stage, 61-point lead above 4 Angry Men, the team that has once again been looking so good in their home region of China, and now they got there's a lot of fans of GeekFam in the crowd. We saw them earlier, and especially with Yuhai on the board, you just can't go wrong.
Add me to that group of fans, because you just mentioned the name that I wanted to talk about. Yuhai, he had an amazing performance during group stages during the whole year, and I think he's starting to step it up in a big way, and I feel like this might be an even more of a breakout performance in PMGC Grand Finals.
I mean, he was playing with BTR too. Like, this guy just been getting so much experience. It can pay off in this event right now, Alex.
Yes, 100%.
Next,
Starstruck. The fans have come from all around the world right now. We saw Malaysian fans right there in the crowd. Supporting that team right now in Jakarta, Indonesia, which, you know, we are live here from as well. We're going to see us in a minute, don't you worry. Yeah, this is just my point. Esports is bringing us together, PUBG Mobile is bringing us together, and, well, that's almost time. Let's go on to the next team. We're already up.
Godlike Star Wars, I don't want to talk about them too much because the curse is around.
in case you're wondering, last year during PMGC Grand Finals, whenever Max actually picked them, they ended up in 7th place, and they were one of the favorite ones, Max. Are they still one of your favorite teams?
I went to talk to Senator from a distance to not give the curse, you know.
You didn't shake hands, did you?
No.
Okay.
No. Smart. Fist bump, does that count? I'm not sure. Oh, too much maybe. But he said they're looking really confident, and I think that this is the best form this team has currently looked at you in a long time. And once again, 2 Mongolian teams, this is the one that has the highest chance, in my opinion, to maybe take the trophy.
And I hinted at it. I mean, I was talking about Group Green, the group of death during the death stages. Guess what? This team ended up winning that group. So I think they are more than ready. And I think if there was ever a time
the dark horses in your PMGC debut, Experiment United Esports of Thailand.
Not only a team that dominated in Group Red, a team that we didn't really know about too much on this stage, but a team with the sickest jersey, I have to say.
Yes.
They are dripped out of their mind.
I was going around just over here in the venue trying to find somebody that was maybe willing to just sell me their jersey. I couldn't find anybody, so I think I might have to do something else. We'll have to wait and see though.
I think it's your product.
It's probably is. One of the 9 teams also that qualified directly into the Grand Finals through the group stage. And yeah, we see them coming out right now.
Look at
I do believe they've plenty of fans here in the arena as well. I saw some earlier, some visitors, some of the audience walking in with their jerseys, actually. So maybe that's an opportunity for you as well.
I feel like, yeah, we'll have to. I'm not putting my hopes up. Just look at it. It looks so good. Oh. Can I do that? I know you guys can't see us right now, but I'm definitely trying to look.
Let me try as well.
Oh, okay, yeah, you got it. Matt.
Oh, hey, we'll do it.
We're coming in like
with the boomerang boys. Look at that.
It's their merch.
Please
their merch
welcome
and their play style.
Inco Gaming from
Inco
Brazil.
Gaming. All right, this is it's still not my Brazilian pick. Okay, still not my Brazilian pick. But the performance that this team had, there is one big question mark for me, and that is all these players. I mean, Nenebete especially. I feel like that player alone put the team on his back, Max, and got him here to the grand finals. And to be fair, I mean, for all these players, it is their first grand finals. I'm really excited to see how they're going to be reacting to that.
I'm just going to give a tip to all the teams and players out there. If you're against Nenebete and he has a DBS, don't fight it. Just run, get a buggy, just get out of it, okay? And you'll have a better chance. But they're looking so strong as a team once again. Brazil, we're just talking about the region. Every team that's here is like not just one team clearly is above the rest. Like they're all looking so confident right now. And look at that. I see this guy, he's just aiming for the trophy here.
Looking confident, looking good too. Inco Gaming, all right. I'm excited to see what they're going to be doing, Alex.
100%. Also, got to say, all of these teams, obviously, they are in the Americas region as well. And I do have to say, well, this may have been, it's just so sad that we have none of the NA teams here.
You buy direct
all of the teams
invitation.
that come from the Americas
Let's
region.
welcome Wolves Esports from China.
Don't break my heart.
Me and said it on Kopia because there's no NA teams, there's no Western Europe teams. We're like,
Let's not talk about that. Come on.
let's just forget about it for a minute.
Oops. I miss you.
Why did you have to bring that up?
Oh boy, but otherwise got Wolves, of course, you know, a team that previous SMG team, first time playing outside of their region here, 7, and a lot of question marks. Can they play to the level of which 4 Angry Men have been able to do in the past, especially as well as Nova has been able to do in the past? There's a lot of questions surrounding this team, but right now they need to show up in these 3 days.
And I think they're going to be able to surprise a lot of teams. They didn't really get a chance to play the group stages or any of the stages before this as they qualified directly. I feel like they're going to be surprising a lot of teams. And something to keep in mind, too, with Wolves being here, that is now 3 Chinese teams. And we were talking about this before the show started. I think it might be the first time in Grand Finals, and I'm pretty sure if we're wrong, somebody's going to correct us on Twitter, but I think it might be the first time in Grand Finals that we get 3 teams from China, which is crazy.
The odds of the trophy going back to China are strong.
Very high.
Yeah, very high, okay? Give it to someone else, though. Share the love, please.
Next team coming up is going to be T2K trying to eliminate. And, well, I was talking to you earlier because I wanted to highlight them especially because that is the second team coming out of the Nepal region. And for me, myself, I thought, you know, it is an incredibly strong region, but I had my hopes up for some of the other regions. I would not have expected Nepal to bring 2 into it, but you were just completely on the opposite. It was like saying Nepal, that was almost expected at that point.
Exactly. The thing is that Train to Kill, to get here, they had to absolutely shatter the hopes and dreams of other teams, especially Reject from Japan. Japan was looking so good in the league stage, and it was like, go back from which you came, go back to your region, and we are going to be making it to the grand finals. So you're taking down some top teams outside of your region. Now they've got to live up to the expectations. They need to perform here.
They essentially eliminated the
Join
whole
us
region
by
by the home team. We saw the crowd going wild earlier. There's drama in here. There's just almost the whole stadium just supporting AE, and I can understand why. These players are fantastic.
Yeah, alter ego. I mean, I'm excited. I'm really hoping deep down within my heart that they do amazing here because I want to see this crowd absolutely pop off next.
Hopefully. And the thing is, right, this is the team that qualified directly for the finals. They qualified through Indonesia points throughout the entirety of the year. That shows to me here, 7, consistency. If this team can play at that level on this stage, chances are the trophy might not go very far and just remain in Indonesia. That would be amazing. But no, taking down teams like EVOS and BTR, Alter Ego, the pressure is on their shoulders. Can they live up to the expectations?
And that's something that I'm so happy that you brought up because they are one of the only Indonesian team here, right?
Yeah.
The pressure is going to be massive for them. When they get a chance to actually spend some time with the players and talk to the coach, they seem very comfortable. They seem very confident too, so I think they will have a good performance.
And that's a big question mark. Is a crowd like that also a big opportunity to, you know, boost your confidence, or is it maybe a different variable in terms of, you know, nervousness, in terms of, do you really feel comfortable playing at a stage like like this with pretty much the home crowd at your back.
If we go based on what we saw earlier in the year, when we go back to PMWI, a lot of the Saudi Arabia teams did pretty well with the home crowd. Yeah, so I think it will play in their favor.
Of course, Alpha 7, I don't even really want to talk about them. I think that's your thing, 7. Like, you have the rights to talk about them. Go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been hyping it up. I've been talking about my pick for Brazil, and this is my pick right here. If there was ever a time for Alpha 7 to do great in the grand finals, I feel like this is the grand finals where they're going to be able to showcase that. This is a team that in the previous 2 PMGC finals, they have finished in 9th place twice. And that's just something that I know they're not going to be looking to do here in this grand finals, especially Revo. I mean, he's been playing out of his world. I feel like with Alpha 7, they usually tend to rely a lot in Carrillo, and that is not the case this year. A lot of the other players are stepping up in a big way.
I don't know if you saw that, the stare down of Carrillo. I mean, this man has got determination.
And I was scared back here. I was scared back here, let me tell you.
Some people have been down with him in the case because he hasn't been MVP in a while.
Vampire Esports of
It could be happening. I mean,
Thailand.
the determination is definitely there, but Vampire, we need to bring up this team. Not only the whole region of Thailand has been looking so strong, but the back-to-back winners in the main tournament and after-party showdown of PMWI 2022 in Riyadh. Like, you have 2 different events. The fact that they just win both so dominantly really comes out of nowhere. So really, Vampire, now PMWI, done. Ticked off that box. PMGC is next. Can they make it happen?
And we were talking about, writing history with an event like this. They have already written history this year. And now it's time to maybe get a little bit closer to Nova in terms of just general success in the scene. Sure, maybe that isn't gonna, even if they win this, maybe this isn't gonna put them on the same level, but we are getting there, and that is their goal. I know these players really need this, they really want this. You've been talking to these guys as well, and well, if there is any time in history to make something happen, it is now.
Exactly.
The big question mark for me out of Vampire Esports is how are they going to start in day 1? If they do start slow, they usually tend to struggle the whole tournament. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta listen to this.
Nova of China.
The back-to-back champions of PMGC Grand Finals, and I think it's safe to say that they are maybe they are the favorite team to probably try to repeat back-to-back-to-back.
I love the interview of Paraboy too. He's like, oh, it was actually surprisingly easier to qualify to the finals this year. I'm like you've got some teams like Nigma Galaxy, you've got a team, so many good teams that did not qualify. Like, oh, easy peasy, mate. Don't even think about it. They had the group there,
and he said, and it was so easy that, you know what, I was gonna save this for later as we were talking about it, but I'm just gonna say it now. I actually got a chance to talk with Paraboy, and he told me that he has switched his button layout. He's gonna be going from 2 fingers to 4 fingers, and he's doing that change just for PMGC. And the reason why he's doing that is because he just feels like trying new tricks to make the game more fun for himself.
It's the equivalent of what you get in, like, in that gamer pose. You're like, okay, serious mode activate. Like, because the league stage, this is very like Nova. League stage, a little bit all over the place. The finals, when they have a goal to just aim for, that's when they play at their peak. And especially Orda and Paraboy are still on top, still the 2 best players, if not the best players in the world. The thing is, can they be taken down in this form? It is not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy, but I mean, we've been saying if there is going to be a time, I think it will probably be this PMGC with all the quality that we have.
And with that being said, we are going over to the stage to Banks and Donaviska. Enjoy, guys. Take it away.
Hello and welcome to the 2022 PMGC Grand Finals. My name is Banks and I am your host, and I'm joined on the main stage by my incredible co-host. It is, of course, Donaviska.
Halo semuanya, selamat datang di 2022 PMGC Grand Final. Wow. Selamat datang teman-teman semuanya. Saya Donaviska sebagai host kalian, dan pastinya ada Banks di sini sebagai partner saya yang luar biasa.
PMGC brings together the world's greatest mobile gamers, and after a month of explosive action throughout the league, the survival stage, and of course the last chance qualifier, we are now left with the top 16 teams in the world.
Yes, betul sekali. PMGC ini sudah menyatukan mobile gamers terbaik di seluruh dunia. Dan setelah 1 bulan aksi yang memukau kemarin, dari babak liga, dari babak survival stage, dan juga last chance qualifier, akhirnya pada kesempatan kali ini kita telah melihat ke-16 tim terbaik di dunia yang pada kali ini akan bertanding.
So, where are we? Well, it is my pleasure to announce to you that we are coming to you live from Jakarta, Indonesia, where the best of the best are going to go head to head to see who has what it takes to claim that $1.5 million prize pool and of course the PMGC trophy.
Ya, dan pastinya senang sekali kita live di sini dari Jakarta, Indonesia. Akhirnya hal ini sudah kita tunggu-tunggu sejak lama sekali dan kita bisa menjadi saksi tim manakah yang menjadi tim terbaik di dunia di tahun 2022 ini yang akan mendapatkan prize pool 1,5 juta USD dan pastinya PMGC trophy.
So Donna, today we're going to be kicking things off with a free-for-all show match. That means that our players will not be playing as teams, they will be flying solo for this one.
Yeah, that's right, Bangs. Dan teman-teman semua, sebelum kita masuk kepada inti acara pada hari ini, kita akan punya show match terlebih dahulu yang sedikit berbeda. Kalau misalnya mereka biasanya bermain secara full squad, kali ini mereka akan bermain sendiri-sendiri dalam solo match.
So without any further ado, I believe it is time to see some more familiar faces on your screen. So we're going to head over to the analyst desk where they can break everything down before we dive into today's show match.
Well, baiklah tanpa basa-basi lagi, langsung aja kita oper ke analis desk kita karena mereka sudah bersiap-siap jadi host dan juga analis kita. Silakan.
And there we have it. We're actually on camera, guys. Welcome to PMGC 2022. Once again, my name is Felix. I'm joined by the beautiful Maxman and 7 Worlds Game. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing fantastic, and we're not online. We're here.
I know.
It feels so unreal, Seven, to be here. I think every single time we've done an event together is like almost like online somewhat.
Yeah.
But we're here with the team, with the fans,
with the players
it feels
too.
So good. The players are pretty important. The fans are here too, though.
Yes, they're gonna get me hyped up. Okay, we heard them screaming. We saw the Indonesian people, the talent, getting them hyped too, and I was like, yes, this is what I've been missing.
This is pretty hyper right now.
I've had goosebumps, literally goosebumps the first time. Everyone just walked in, audience is full. Before, my goodness, I am just already nervous. Game starting
it's
soon.
really
Before
hype,
we get into the first show match of the day, we quickly want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, and especially the Xperia One Mark IV. I've got it here. Look at this. The Xperia One Mark IV and the Xperia Stream, which were co-developed in collaboration with professional esports players. Play PUBG Mobile with Xperia Stream's total cooling system and multiple ports for intensive gaming and streaming. And also, obviously, we do want to thank Prime Gaming. If you haven't heard about Prime Gaming, you've probably lived under a rock for the last years because it's just in everyone's mouth. With Prime Gaming, you do get free in-game content for lots of games. And also, PUBG Mobile, free items, premium content, so make sure to sign up and check it out. Also, last but not least, we want to thank the PBESI, which is the local esports association in Indonesia, for supporting this event. Thank you to you guys as well. One more notice for you guys at home. If you haven't noticed, there is a PMGC fan favorite vote going on right now for the grand finals. So if you have a favorite in mind, and I think all of us do, let's be honest, then make sure to collect PMGC tokens in the Erangel map and use them to vote for your favorite team in the esports center. You will find all of that in-game, so make sure just to open your PUBG Mobile app and you'll be right there. Next up, a quick reminder for you guys at home. I know you've seen this a million times, but make sure to follow us on all the social media platforms. You see it right here. We've got YouTube, we've got Instagram, we've got Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. Everything is available for you guys at home. So make sure to just check it out.
Show match, baby.
Oh, yes. Let's get into the spicy parts for today. Today's matches will be starting off with a show match, and it is $3,000 in prize pool for the first one. But there's something special about this show match. It's not just any show match. Tell me about it.
It's actually going to be not a team play, it's just everyone going solo. And I have one big question for this one, right?
Okay.
It's going to be, are we going to see potentially a support or an IGL win instead of fraggers? Because you would think fraggers would have a little bit maybe of an advantage going into this game mode. I would love to see if another kind of role than fragger might get the win here.
Oh, man. You know what? I'm actually going to answer that question. I think an IGL might take it.
Ooh, I mean, good rotations.
Yes, great rotations, put themselves in the right place, take only a fight when they need to. I feel like a fragger might just send it. That's what I would do.
But I'm thinking about it now because now all the teams are going to be split. Are they all going to drop together in the same area, or they're just going to like split out?
No.
You'd have like a mini battle royale in each city, and then you just got one survivor. Like you got the Pachinki survivor, you got the Yasnaya Polyana survivor. There's so many ways this could go down to like initiate things. It's just good fun.
I feel like that's not how the players want to start their their PMGC Grand Finals.
Just mad at your teammate the entire
Their
day.
first elimination is your teammate that you're going to be playing 18 matches with. Don't do that. Just go away from it. But to answer your question, let me bring this scenario up, okay? Who would you take if it's Jimmy from Nova Esports or Paraboy or Order?
I was gonna say Order.
Yeah.
So don't leave my boy Order out there. Order.
My boy Jim.
I thought you were gonna pick like a player from Alpha 7. What's good?
That's for later. Relax.
Ah, okay. Too soon.
I do have to say though,
You stole $3,000 from me.
I was thinking, because I used to be in IGL back when I played as well, and just the general thought process of where you would drop, right? Normally you're used to your own drop spots, essentially, right? So I feel like you kind of feel yourself pulled there like a magnet to some degree. But then again, you will see all your teammates. Anyways, let's quickly head on over to the show match participants. Who is going to be playing? To no surprise to you at home, we have everyone here. We've got all the teams in their own rights, and that means, well, all of these players will have their own teams. Essentially, they're playing for themselves, but the players themselves will come from the teams that we have in the PMGC Grand Finals either way. So there we have it. S2G, A7, Vampire. Everyone is here. Everyone is going to be coming in. 64 players, 3,000 for the winner.
Any predictions, Max?
I was gonna say predictions.
Tell me.
I have one that I think you can't really expect. I'm gonna go with Kenzo from Biran.
Ooh.
Reason why? This guy, when we saw him play, just always sort of, oh man.
Wait,
It's a big
hold
movement.
on. Hold on.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. The Indonesian fans are coming in. They're bringing in the hype. I'm loving this. This is a big group, by the way.
This is not, these are not
Alter
fans, this is an
ego.
army. What's
Alter ego, baby. They showed up. We were talking about, are they going to be feeling the pressure? Are they going to be feeling the love from their fans? I think they will now.
Because of course we didn't have enough people screaming
Yeah.
earlier when Alter Ego were here. We needed more people.
They got the memo.
In terms of Alter Ego, tell me, guys, show match, Zolos, is that something that you think a player, especially someone that is so focused in towards, getting started, but you can't really because you have a show match coming up, is that something that you think will disrupt their state of flow to some degree?
No.
They want to start getting into the matches. Do you think that show match is not going to bother them at all?
Nah,
this
is just fun.
I think this is just to get the four fingers off Paraboy heated up. It's like, okay, now I'm feeling in a vibe. It's like a mini TDM, well, a pretty big TDM. When you think
Yeah,
about it.
I think they're just going to be all having fun. And for my prediction, I think it's whoever ends up being blessed with the circle at the end.
Shows up that
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah,
Circles could be pretty important in PUBG Mobile in general. But yeah, I mean, it's just going to be, as we said, a fun game mode, right? And it's just going to set maybe a few expectations for teams that are looking already hot.
I do hope if we end up with the 1v1 at the end, I want to see it pan off, okay?
Wait a minute, you didn't give your prediction.
I did.
Who was it? I forgot.
Whoever gets blessed by the circle.
That's
Well, that's a
given.
broad one.
I'll tell you after the game.
What? No, you got. Okay.
I can tell you mine, though.
Oh, yeah. Go.
I am going for the absolute GOAT that I was so scared to approach to take a photo, which is Paraboy. I'm just going to say it like that. I'm one of these Paraboy Instagram fan page scrolling guys.
Nah.
I literally am.
That's a cop-out answer.
I am.
It's too easy.
I know it's too easy, but I'll just go for it anyways because, if no one else doing it, then I will.
Look at the Alpha 7
So
people.
much. It's
They're
very
sitting
soon
down,
starting.
winning
We
some
saw an
support.
army approaching the audience, and that army has just arrived to support their favorite teams. It might be Alter Ego. I do believe most of them were here for Alter Ego. And with that being said, we are very soon going over to the casters. With us today is none other than John Allen and the potentially most fashionable man in esports. Take it away, boys.
Thank you very much.
It's me, Blank.
It's Blank. That's who it is who's with me today. We are so excited to kick things off here for the PMGC with the show match. 1 versus 1's gonna be happening towards the end of it, but there's so much more to get through before that as well.
At least 64 1v1s could
That's
be
right.
happening right now. Well,
32?
32?
I don't know.
32. I would say 32, but it could happen. Well, let's not go into numbers here because it's going to get very confusing very quickly. We're going to start having to multiplying on top of each other. We don't want to do that right now, do we? So we're going into our 1v1s here. This is our show match to start the day off. This is going to be a quick one, but this could be a really good place to cement yourselves as one of those players that you want to watch out for in the lobby, because I do think we have some hot contenders that looked great yesterday. The crowd is very loud at the moment, which makes me extremely happy. I'm going to feed off that energy like a vampire and bring it straight to the stage here.
Oh, fantastic. I like it. I like it. We were looking at a couple of the players. They were talking about them over on the desk. We were sort of looking around. You know, my outside pick, I would say, for me, Kengzo. I'm looking for this guy. He was really, really strong for Budoram during their performance, during the group stages, during those parts of the tournament.
For sure.
In a solo capacity, I think he's got the legs.
I think he does as well. I think he really does bring up the absolute speed on that team. And I think you look at a player like Nenebete, he's very, very good, very fast, very slick with it, getting into position, but a lot of times that is a case of getting those endgame points. It's not necessarily getting up towards that top side. Was definitely a really, really strong player over in that league stage. Maybe another player that I'm looking at is Stoned from VPE. Ooh. Really, really strong player from there. Individually, very good. On the other hand of things, I do worry about that player sometimes because he is extremely good at the game, but he has his dips now and then. But I think that this could easily be a position where he's able to take on top. There's your boy. If you don't know who he is, get to know, and I'm sure you will do soon, so I'm not going to spoil anything just yet. But his name ends with Yang and starts with James, so just wait and see.
I'm sure we'll be hearing a little bit more from him later on. But going into this 1 versus 1, I feel like default winner, Order. Unless someone pops off, Order wins, right?
Yeah, so I was saying the same thing actually, right at the beginning. I was saying, you know, Order was a really strong player coming through from Nova. It feels like a cop-out pick though, really, you know. I want to choose someone else just because, you know, although it does feel like Order will probably go to this one and smash out the park, there's definitely a chance here for something else to happen.
Well, let's go right into game number 1 with Erangel starting from a military plane all the way up to the northeast side, Kameshki for the plane path on this solos game. Now, if you have seen the map before, you will be familiar that there are normally team colors blank. None of those colors exist this time around. It is all 4-1.
It's a grey world out here today, and it's a little bit of a grim world as well because you can go out real quickly. Other than the one yellow player that we do have on our screen, which should flit around a little bit. That's the one we're currently holding, following over on that map feed. But other than that little splash of colour, yeah, everyone's out to get one another during this lobby. Already we're getting players dropping down over towards Sosnovka here. T2K dropping together, in fact, which... Ooh, is it going to be, you know, T2K on T2K action right at the beginning of the game?
I mean, there's prize money on the line for this game as well, right? You know, it's when friends can become enemies. It looks like a little bit of damage dealt there. Legend seemingly unfazed by the presence of a teammate, but there are shots being loose down the corridor, so potentially a bit of a scuffle here on the T2K drop down south for the early doors. A nade pin being pulled. King moves forward, steps in their ears. It doesn't quite manage to get the nade through the door. It's unfortunate, won't do too much damage there. Legend upstairs now with a Vector, close range, devastating weapon. Rig, Tommy gun, equally powerful in these scenarios, especially when you're lacking the armor. Molotov to reposition, but no eliminations just yet.
Seems like T2K drawing this fight out just a little bit. Can certainly move. It's the first circle as well that we have seen in PMGC. Over towards that western side of the map. A lot of water in this one. Should start to shrink pretty quickly though. Over towards Quarry side most likely. Could head up towards that north on Hospital. Just on that lower edge of Everest. But T2K not doing too much. It feels like... I don't know how I feel about this, in fact.
Well, no one wants to go down first, right? I feel like even within the team it's going to cause bragging rights, but we're going to hop over to a different fight. This is Nova. I think this is Order downstairs with Federal from Influence Kemin playing around the side. AKM in hand, double barrel reload needing to come through for Order. Reposition. Auto shotgun as well in hand, suppressing these windows. And Federal just does not want to give this angle. Spots Order, shots through the window.